Harvesters Ministries is a global multiplication church planting organization which works in over 60 countries, opening the way so that the world can know Jesus. Harvesters teaches local churches and pastors how to plant churches through evangelism, discipleship, and pastoral training. It all starts at the Hub Church, where the local pastor, or as we call him, the Hub leader, is situated. The Hub Church sets a goal of planting 10 new churches over a 3-year period. Places are identified where the need is the greatest. Mapping out this Hub model ensures that everything is done in a strategic, systematic, and measurable way. Churches are planted within 1 day's travel from the Hub Church. Churches are planted through evangelism and not through transfers. The Hub Church trains people in evangelism and reaches out with the gospel of Jesus Christ. The gospel is preached in villages, neighborhoods, communities, towns, and cities. As people experience the power of the gospel, they are convicted, many are saved, and need to be discipled so that they in turn can become disciple makers. New believers need a church. However, a church is not a building. Once the evangelism has been done, the new believers are brought together and the new church is planted under the discipleship and mentorship of the Hub Church. A new church is defined by several characteristics. Firstly, it's made up of born-again believers. At its center is the Lord Jesus Christ himself. This group meets to be the church and is defined by these 3 things. They love God, they love people, and they make disciples. And at this stage, they seldom have a building. The new church needs leadership. No pastors are called or moved. Over time, God calls someone local to be the student pastor of their new church. The student pastor is invited into the pastoral training program at the Hub Church. He lives at home and ministers to his church and travels to the Hub Church every 5 weeks for 3 days of training over a 3-year period. There is no cost to the student pastor, and Harvesters Ministries provides all 6 manuals he needs for his training. They are currently available in over 40 languages. However, there are some requirements for the student to graduate. Firstly, he must build a discipleship model into his own church which leads to evangelism outside the church. Everyone is a disciple maker, and this leads to growth spiritually and numerically. And secondly, he must plant 3 new churches during his 3 years of study through evangelism, repeating the discipleship model in each new church. And thirdly, he must plant 3 new churches and multiply each new church to plant 3 more churches. What does it all cost? On average, this process, to train the Hub leader and the Hub Church, to win 40 to 100 people to Christ through evangelism, to plant a church, to disciple new believers, to provide pastoral training materials, to train a pastor for 3 full years, and to plant a further 3 churches, costs around about $120 or £90 or 1,800 rand. We need your help. So what could you do to help plant more churches? I'm sure you know the Great Commission and are concerned about people and have even wondered, possibly even prayerfully, what you can do to help reach the world for Jesus. You could get on a plane and go to the ends of the earth as a missionary, or possibly give up the next few years of your life to study to be a pastor. You could support a missionary. However, there is something you could do to help harvesters plant multiple churches. You can plant a church by simply walking in the global gospel walk and donating a cent or penny for every step. Imagine being part of thousands of like-minded people across the world who, all at the same time, participate in a mass effort in order to change the world and have loads of fun while doing it. The Global Gospel Walk is exactly that, a virtual peer-to-peer challenge where you, together with your friends, can walk or run 25 kilometers over 16 days, donating a cent or penny for every step taken. Every cent donated helps plant a church, and every church planted changes a community, and changed communities ultimately change the world. Take part in the Global Gospel Walk. On average, people walk about 6,000 steps a day. We want to challenge you to use part of that for the gospel. Participate in the Global Gospel Walk and walk or run 36,000 steps in 16 days, an average of just about a mile a day. Count every step and make every step count. You can walk anywhere at any time. You could exercise, play some golf, perhaps go shopping, or you could walk to work. What about running a race or just walking on the treadmill at home? Perhaps you could walk the dog, clean the house, or maybe go on a hike. The challenge is also to put the power of multiplication to work. As you walk, invite 4 of your friends, and as they also multiply, you'll find that eventually in your network several people are helping you plant churches, and you will see multiple churches planted. Take part in the Global Gospel Walk. These 4 easy steps. Firstly, register now. Secondly, invite some friends to get involved. Thirdly, walk. And lastly, deposit your pledge when the time is right, either in one go or monthly. Register now at www.ggw.harvestersministries.com.